If you think the woman everyone remembers is the loudest one in the room, you've been taught wrong. The unforgettable woman is calm. She doesn't react. She doesn't explain. And that silence is exactly why no one forgets her. Calm is emotional authority, not weakness, even though the world often teaches women the opposite. From a young age, women are told that passion must be visible, that emotion must be proven, that if you feel something deeply, you should show it loudly. But calm does something far more powerful than noise ever could. Calm communicates that you are centered, that you are not ruled by impulses, that your emotions belong to you instead of controlling you. A calm woman does not need to announce her strength because it is already felt the moment she enters a space. People sense it in the way she listens without interrupting, in the way she pauses before responding, in the way she does not rush to defend herself when misunderstood. Emotional authority comes from self-regulation. When a woman can experience anger, disappointment, disrespect, or pressure without immediately reacting, she demonstrates mastery over herself. That mastery is rare. Most people are reactive. They speak before they think, explain before they observe, and justify before they reflect. Calm women move differently. They absorb information, read the room, and choose their responses with intention. That choice is power. It tells others that they cannot easily provoke her, manipulate her emotions, or pull her into chaos. Calm is often mistaken for submission because it refuses to perform. A calm woman does not perform pain, jealousy, insecurity, or outrage for an audience. She does not need validation through reaction. When she is disrespected, she does not rush to prove her worth with words. She lets her boundaries speak through behavior. She knows that the absence of reaction can be more confronting than confrontation itself. Silence, when chosen consciously, unsettles people who are used to control through emotional escalation. Emotional authority also shows in how calm women communicate. They speak clearly, briefly, and without emotional clutter. There is no over-explaining, no begging to be understood, no defensive tone layered with anxiety. Their words land heavier because they are not diluted by desperation. When they say no, it does not come wrapped in apologies. When they express displeasure, it is measured, not explosive. That steadiness forces others to take them seriously. People tend to respect those who appear unshaken because stability signals competence and self-worth. Calm women are not numb. They feel deeply, but they feel privately. They do not outsource their emotional processing to the people who hurt them. They do not argue with disrespect. They observe it, assess it, and respond with distance, boundaries, or withdrawal. This is emotional intelligence in its highest form. It takes strength to sit with emotions without acting on them immediately. It takes discipline to delay gratification, especially the gratification of being right, being loud, or being seen as the victim. In relationships, calm creates leverage. A woman who remains composed during conflict cannot be easily dismissed as irrational or overly emotional. Her clarity exposes the other person's behavior without her having to point it out. When she does speak, her words are harder to ignore because they are not driven by impulse. She is not trying to win the argument, she is protecting her peace. That shift in motive changes the entire dynamic. People either rise to her level of maturity or feel deeply uncomfortable around her. Calm is also a boundary. It draws a clear line between what a woman will tolerate and what she will not engage with. Drama feeds on reaction. Manipulation feeds on emotional access. When a woman stays calm, she starves both. She does not reward bad behavior with attention. She does not negotiate with disrespect. Over time, people learn how to treat her, not because she lectures them, but because her behavior teaches them what access costs. There's a quiet confidence in calm that cannot be imitated. It comes from knowing who you are without needing external confirmation. Calm women do not rush to correct every misconception about them. They understand that being misunderstood by the wrong people is not a failure. They allow others to reveal themselves through how they behave when they do not get a reaction. This patience gives her information, and information is power. In professional spaces, calm women are often the ones trusted with responsibility. They are seen as reliable, grounded, and capable under pressure. While others panic, they stabilize. While others react emotionally, they assess. This does not mean they accept mistreatment. It means they address issues strategically instead of emotionally. Their authority grows because people associate them with clarity rather than chaos. Calm also protects dignity. When a woman reacts explosively, even if she is right, her message gets lost in her emotion. When she stays calm, the focus stays on the issue, not her delivery. This preserves her credibility. It prevents regret. It prevents giving power to situations or people who do not deserve it. Calm allows her to walk away with her self-respect intact. Many women fear calm because they think it means letting things slide. It does not. Calm is selective engagement. It is choosing when to speak, when to act, and when to detach. It is understanding that not every provocation deserves a response and not every battle is worth fighting. This discernment is what separates emotional authority from emotional exhaustion. Calm women are often remembered not for what they said, but for how they made others feel. Their presence lowers the temperature of a room. Their composure creates a sense of gravity. People recall their steadiness long after the loud voices fade. Calm leaves an imprint because it is rare, controlled, and rooted in self-respect. Composure creates a presence people never forget because it operates beneath words, beneath appearance, beneath performance. It is felt before it is understood. When a woman is composed, she carries herself with an inner steadiness that does not fluctuate based on who is watching or what is happening around her. That steadiness becomes memorable because most people live in reaction mode. They mirror the room. They absorb chaos. They rise and fall emotionally depending on circumstances. A composed woman stands apart without trying to. Presence is not about being noticed immediately. It is about being remembered later. Loud personalities may dominate a moment, but composure dominates memory. People may recall what was said in a heated exchange, but they remember who stayed grounded when emotions ran high. They remember the woman who did not compete for attention, who did not interrupt to be seen, who did not force her way into relevance. Her calm made space, and in that space, her presence expanded. Composure signals depth. It suggests that a woman has faced enough in life to no longer be rattled by small things. It hints at experience, discernment, and self-trust. When someone speaks slowly, listens fully, and responds with intention, others instinctively lean in. They sense that her words matter because she does not waste them. This economy of expression gives weight to everything she says. Silence, in her case, is not emptiness. It is restraint. People remember composure because it contrasts so sharply with emotional chaos. In moments of conflict, stress, or uncertainty, most people reveal their insecurities. They rush to justify themselves, defend their position, or assert dominance. A composed woman does none of that. She does not scramble for control. She already has it internally. That internal control translates into external influence. Others may not know why they feel it, but they feel it. Composure also creates mystery, and mystery is memorable. When a woman does not overshare her emotions, her plans, or her reactions, she leaves room for interpretation. People project meaning onto her calm. They wonder what she is thinking. They replay interactions with her, searching for cues they missed. This lingering curiosity keeps her present in their minds long after the interaction ends. In relationships, composure changes how a woman is valued. When she does not react impulsively, she is not easily dismissed. Her calm responses disrupt patterns of emotional push and pull. Instead of escalating conflict, she slows it down. That slowdown forces reflection. It forces accountability. Even silence from a composed woman carries weight because it is intentional, not avoided. It communicates that she is observing, deciding, and choosing her next move carefully. Composure also protects a woman's energy. By not reacting to everything, she preserves herself. This preservation shows she appears less strained, less desperate, less entangled in unnecessary drama. People sense that her peace is guarded, and guarded things are respected. When access to her emotions is not freely given, it becomes valuable. Value creates remembrance. In professional environments, composure often becomes leadership without a title. The woman who remains steady under pressure becomes the reference point. Others look to her reactions to gauge how serious a situation is. Her calm reassures. Her presence stabilizes. Even when she is not the loudest voice, she becomes the most trusted one. Trust deepens memory. People remember who made them feel safe, clear, and grounded. Composure does not mean indifference. A composed woman cares deeply, but she expresses care through consistency rather than intensity. Her emotions are integrated, not scattered. This integration makes her reliable. People remember reliability because it is rare. Many can be passionate for a moment. Few can be steady over time. When a woman walks into a room with composure, she changes its rhythm. She does not rush. She does not fidget. She does not seek approval through exaggerated friendliness or forced confidence. Her movements are measured. Her eye contact is intentional. Her posture reflects self-respect. These subtle cues register unconsciously in others. They may not be able to describe why she stood out, but they will remember that she did. Composure also prevents regret. A woman who stays composed does not leave conversations wishing she had said less or acted differently. This internal alignment strengthens her self-image. Over time, that self-image becomes visible. Confidence that comes from self-trust is quieter than bravado, but far more lasting. People remember authenticity because it feels solid. In moments where others lose control, composure becomes unforgettable. When someone insults her and she responds with calm clarity, the contrast is striking. When tension rises and she lowers her voice, the room follows. When emotions peak and she pauses, that pause becomes powerful. These moments imprint themselves on memory because they defy expectation. Composure allows a woman to leave situations with dignity intact. She does not need the last word to feel complete. She does not need to win emotionally. This independence from external validation makes her presence self-contained. People remember those who do not need them because neediness fades, but self-sufficiency lingers. Ultimately, composure creates a presence that is felt long after a woman leaves the room. It echoes in how people describe her, how they think about her, how they measure others against her. Not because she tried to be impressive, but because she was grounded, controlled, and whole in a world that is constantly unraveling.